everyone, my name is Mally. By quitting these three bad money habits, my perspective on finance have definitely transformed. I'm more confident and I'm better prepared for the future. So if you want to know what these three bad money habits are, continue watching. Growing up, my family did not really have a lot of money, but one thing I remember is that my parents made sure that my siblings and I were taken care of. They made sure that we had food on the table, they made sure that we had clothes on our back. To make sure the family were taken care of, my dad had to work multiple jobs. Some days he looked so exhausted from working back to back, but he continued working. And as a little girl, seeing that made me realize how creating a financial future for oneself was very important. So when I started earning money, I knew in order not to be poor in the future, there were some bad money habits that I needed to stop early on in life. And that's how my financial journey started. So the first bad money habit that I stopped was impulsive spending, which means I stopped making unplanned and unnecessary purchases on a whim without much thought of the long-term consequences. I realized that impulse spending was leading me to so much financial stress and difficulties. As a result of that, I knew that I had to put in some strategies that would help me with this bad habit. So one of the strategies that helped me stop this bad money habit was delayed gratification. So how I did this was whenever I had a desire or an impulse to buy something, I waited for 24 hours to make that purchase. So doing this helped me evaluate whether or not it was a genuine purchase or whether if it was just a flint. So delayed gratification was really something I didn't really think about, but then when I started to look at it from that perspective, little by little, the bad habit for impulse spending started to decrease. The second bad money habit that I stopped doing was I stopped budgeting, which means I stopped creating a monthly budget for myself. I realized that not budgeting was leading me to a financial disarray, and it made it difficult for me to be able to manage my expense efficiently. So I knew that in order to stop this bad money habit, I needed to put in another strategy. The strategy that I used to help me with this bad money habit was using budgeting tools. What I did was I used a budgeting app where I was able to put all of my monthly expenses and I estimated how much quote unquote the cost of those things were. I put them in there. Just by doing that, it really helped me organize my finance a whole lot. I was able to track my monthly expenses, but not only that, I was able to stay on a monthly budget. So using that budgeting app really helped me organize my monthly expenses and also helped me to just track my monthly budget, which was something I wasn't doing at all from the start. But man, am I glad that I actually, did some research and found a good budgeting app that was easy for me to follow. But not only that, that I understood. By using these tools, it just provided me a visual representation of my financial situation. Because I'm a visual learner, having that visual thing just helped me understand, my finance a lot better. The third bad money habit that I stopped was neglecting my savings, which means I was not saving for the future. I was not saving for retirement. I was not saving for anything. I was literally getting paid and just spending it. Therefore, I was leaving myself unprepared for emergencies, which we know happens all the time, and for retirement, which was leading me to financial insecurity down the line. And I know, like, I was way younger at that time because I started working, I think, at 16. So just imagine if I had continued from 16 to the age that I'm at right now, if I had not stopped this bad habit to start doing some things, imagine like how life would be. So that's why putting in a strategy was another thing I did from the early start. So one strategy that I used to stop this bad money habit was creating a separate savings account. So What I did was I talked to my bank and I told them whatever paycheck I receive, I would love for you guys to take out certain percentage and put it in this saving account. Just opening that separate saving account made me more dedicated to my goals. But not only that, it also made me accountable to my future self. And it also prevented me from, taking money from my savings to pay my daily expense. Just separating those two, having my regular checking account and then having my savings made a difference, made a big difference. I wasn't tempted to go into my savings to go withdraw money from it because, first of all, I didn't have a bank card for that savings. I did it in a way where I didn't have any physical card that I could say, oh, I have this emergency, so let's use our savings today. No, that was not even something I thought of. Because the way I set up the savings account, it wasn't something I easily had access to. So just creating a separate saving account really helped me. Remember that stopping these three bad money habits will prevent you from living paycheck to paycheck, and you will become more prepared for a financial future. As always, thank you so much for watching. In the comment section, write down which of these three bad money habits you want to stop now. Do not forget to like, share, and subscribe. For more content on finance, click on the video over here.